Hi, I'm going to be reading The Tale of the Three Brothers for Oh My Dear Hogwarts. There were once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached a river too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, these brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands and made a bridge appear across the treacherous water. They were halfway across when they found the path blocked by a hooded figure, and Death spoke to them. He felt cheated, for travelers usually drowned in the waters, but Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the three brothers upon their magic, and said that each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. So the oldest brother, who was a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence, a wand that must always win duels for its owner, a wand worthy of the wizard who had conquered Death. So Death crossed to an elder tree on the banks of the river, fashioned a wand from a branch that hung there, and gave it to the oldest brother. The second brother, who was an arrogant man, decided he wanted to humiliate Death still further, and asked for the power to recall others from death. So Death picked up a stone from the river bank and gave it to the second brother, and told him the stone would have the power to bring back the dead. And then Death asked the third brother, and the youngest brother, what he would like. The younger brother was a humble man, and he asked for something that would enable him to go forth from that place without being followed by Death. And Death reluctantly handed over his own cloak of invisibility. Then Death stood aside and allowed the three brothers to continue on their way, and they did so, talking with wonder of the adventure they had had, admiring Death's gift. In due course the brothers separated, each for his own destination. The first brother travelled on for a week or more, and reaching a distant village, sought a fellow wizard that whom he had a quarrel. Naturally, with the elder wand as his weapon, he could not fail to win the duel that followed. Leaving his enemy dead upon the floor, the oldest brother proceeded to an inn. Drunk with power of the elder wand, he boasted he was invincible. That very night another wizard crept upon the oldest brother as he lay, wine-sodden, upon his bed. The thief took the wand and slit the oldest brother's throat for good measures. So Death took the first brother for his own. Meanwhile, the second brother journeyed to his home where he lived. Here he took out the stone that had the power to recall the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. To his amazement and delight, the figure of the girl he was once hoped to marry, before her untimely death, appeared before him. Yet she was sad and cold, separated from him as by a veil. Though she had returned to the mortal world, she did not truly belong there, and suffered. Finally, the second brother, driven mad with hopeless longing, killed himself as to truly join her. So Death took the second brother. But Death searched for the third brother for many years. He was never able to find him. It was only when he gained a great age that the youngest brother finally shed the cloak of invisibility and gave it to his son. And then he greeted Death as an old friend, and went with him gladly, and as equals they departed this life.